sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I was thinking about sex fetishes that people have, and I realized that a lot of them are just fucking weird, but at the same time, a lot of them can be used kind of for the better good or even evil. But the fact is that these sex fetishes could be used for things other than sexual pleasure. First one we have is rape role play. There are girls out there that like the feeling of being raped. They like to be dominated and stuff. It just sounds fucking weird. I actually had a girlfriend that enjoyed that. I did not play along, and maybe that was the reason we broke up, because it certainly was giving enough dick to her. So I guess she just needed to be raped, or she wanted the rape simulated at least. However, so you have the rapists running around there raping people. Well, why don't we just connect these rapists with the girls that like the feeling of getting raped, and then the rapists can just rape them and play out their fantasy, and the girls can play out theirs, and it's all good, and then the rapists don't have to go rape the innocent victims again. I mean, I think it sounds like a perfect idea. Second one we have is gay tied-up sex. Some guys are, the gays, and they like the feeling to be rammed in the ass while having their legs tied to their wrists and their wrists tied to their head, and then, I don't even know, but they like being like that pain and just being tied up and shit. It's fucking weird. Now, this isn't for the better good. This is for evil. But why don't the terrorists look for the gay guys that like to be tied up and beat while having sex? And the reason I say that is because, just look at Gitmo, for example. They take the prisoners, they tie them up, they beat them, and they force each other to have sex with each other. But if the terrorists used gay guys that like being beaten and like being tied up, then these interrogation methods of gay sex and orgies and beatings wouldn't work on them. So, as a true American, it sucks that I have to say this, but if the terrorists just used that one piece of advice, they would do well. Hopefully they don't, because fuck the terrorists. But I did want to include that in this video. So you have cheating sex. Some men, some women, they like to cheat on each other, I guess, and instead of these people just cheating on their actual wives and husbands, why don't they marry each other? Or maybe not marry, why don't they just date each other? So you have the guy that wants to cheat on his girlfriend, or at least play out that fantasy, and the girl that wants to do the same fantasy, put them together, and then she can pretend to be a married woman, and then he can pretend to be like the plumber, and then vice versa. He can be the married businessman, and she can be the housemaid, or the postal girl, or whatever the fuck it is. And this works for everything. With pedophilia, why don't you find a girl that likes to play out the fantasy of having sex with an older man, and then have a pedophile? So instead of him raping or molesting or having consensual sex with young girls, you put them together, and pedophiles won't be going out and getting as many innocent girls. So these are some sex fetishes that I think could be used in a different way. So crime rates would go down, the world would improve, minus the terrorist one, but I thought that was a pretty innovative idea. So yeah, there you go. That's it. Alright, I'm out.